witnesses are very, very important. The witnesses are very important. They are the anchor to the work we're doing here today. The witnesses, you will have a few jobs to take care of. Your first job is to be acknowledged and respected for your presence and your place here today. The second job I'm going to ask you to do is if ever there's word that comes back that the ceremony was not completed properly, we will be calling you back because you are the anchor for this work. The third piece I'm going to ask of you today is to respond to the work that you see here today. Respond to what you saw. Respond to the feeling you have in your heart, to the beautiful thing that's happening here this afternoon. So again, I just really want to raise my hands on behalf of my cousins, my aunties, my uncles, my late uncle, for the good work and your presence here today, because if not, we'd be standing here all by ourselves. But your presence brings spirit here. Your presence brings healing for the children. Your presence brings love and appreciation for the ones that are still trembling inside. When we lose great ones like this, it takes a long time for us to find a way past. So I thank you for the work. I thank you for your presence being here this afternoon. So I'm just going to ask when I call your name, just we don't know who you are, you can put your hand up. One more piece I'd like to acknowledge is I see some of our friends from Semiahmoo Secondary here today. And some of the work we're doing with the school. Bernard was the first student president. The first student president, correct? First Indigenous, but first ever? First Indigenous, we'll go with that. First Indigenous student president at Semiahmoo Secondary. 1959. From that, in the work that we're doing with the school, they'll be developing an award in his honor. Yet another work to come in a couple weeks. Oh, goodness. In a couple weeks, we'll be doing that. So I just wanted to acknowledge that there's lots of good works going on. There's lots of good things going on, and I appreciate the support from our friends here at the city. I appreciate the support from the police, from the schools, from each and every one of you that are here today, because it's you that helped make this come to fruition. Kale Pauls, I'm going to ask you to witness the words and the work that's going to take place here today. You can stay there, they'll come to you. Stay there. Go ahead. Oh, he's right beside me. So we are giving you 50 cents because we are renting a piece of your memory. We are renting, permanent rental. We're gonna rent a piece of your memory. Gordy Hogue, I'm gonna ask you to witness the words and the work that's gonna take place here today. Hey, Gordy. Who was for? That food. Yeah, and okay. Fabian? Spath, Huyalantes, Tiakaya, Sam. Ask you to witness the words and the work that's going to take place here today. Daryl Walker, I ask you to witness the words and the work that's going to take place today. Stay there. Those four witnesses that were called this afternoon, this morning, really just want to express my gratitude for your presence here today. Different pieces of our puzzle, different pieces that make this beautiful landscape that we make as reconciliation, beautiful landscape we make as relationship, friendships. But really, I have those asks of you as we do this work. I have those asks of you to remember what happened here today, to respond once we get to the other work. We have two pieces we'd like to take care of today. to the witnesses that were called, we have two pieces of our work. First piece of our work is I'd like to call Ityadowit. Shane, I'd like to call you. Shane, I'd like to call you forward. Batisto Canum. Curtis. Curtis, I do that all the time.
He's already up there.
You're coming too. And also ask Skelitowit, Squinemia, Nutsa to come forward. Salakowit, I'm going to ask you to come forward. I think you can leave your purse with him, he'll be okay. As part of the work that we take care of in memory of our loved one, part of the work that we take care of in memory of the one that has continued on to the other world, today we have our dear sister, daughter to our late elder, Pa-Kwach-Tun. We have daughter Shannon, I should tell you. Shannon Charles. Shane Charles. Daughter, son to our late elder. Tyler Whitley, grandson to our late elder. Curtis Whitley, grandson to our late elder. Mabel Charles, sister to our late elder. Barb Calder, sister to our late elder. So again, the importance of generations, the importance of legacy. The legacy still stands here. So today we want a little bit of work, as we were talking of the tremble that we carry and the tremble that this work brings to the ones that were closest. Who is it?
Raven and Ariel.
Raven, Ariel, come forward. I didn't know that was you.
Yeah, you look different, Raven.
You're wearing sunglasses.
You look different.
We have two granddaughters, Raven and Ariel. Raven and Ariel, two granddaughters to our brother here, cousin here. So really the feeling that we had was because of this, because even when we speak their names, it makes us quake. I was on the phone this morning speaking to this, and I had to stop because I couldn't almost hold my tears back, thinking of how proud I was. But the love that we want to show here, the appreciation for their presence, but also that healing that needs to happen. That healing so when they walk down this aisle here, they don't have tears in their eyes for their grandfather anymore. They don't have tears in their eyes for their father anymore. But they have love, celebration, joy. That's what we hope to accomplish. And there's so much more. We could just be putting a sign up. But there's so much more to this. And I want to express to the city how appreciative I am that we can do this work, that we can take care of my family in this way, to help ease that tremble, help ease that. My cousins in the back, they're going to wrap these ones. Me and my son are going to sing an honor song to them. We just wanted to stand them up. We just wanted to stand them up. And your thoughts, your prayers, your presence are the ones that are going to help give them strength so that they can continue on. That they know we got to put the tears away. We got to put the tears away. And we can celebrate the legacy our dear uncle left for us. We can celebrate and we can walk in his footprints. So just a little bit I wanted to share with those witnesses, as well as each and every one of you here, the importance of the work that we're trying to do here today. In addition to the sign, in addition to the work we're doing with the city, it's healing. And I want to raise my hands to the city, to each and every one of you that had a piece to play with this. Because I know for a lot of us, that ache is still there. And for the ones that are directly, go ahead. The ones that are directly closest to him, as we were always told, when we have a loved one that we lose, sometimes we try to hang on a little too much. But this is an opportunity for them to be able to be wrapped in that blanket That blanket is symbolic of the love and the healing. That blanket is a symbol of an embrace or a hug from spirit, from your prayers, from your presence, from your thoughts. Your healing goes into those blankets, and then we wrap those loved ones in it. All that pipe swallowing, all those good feelings. So I just want to do my best to explain as much as I can to and allow for an understanding, a little bit of what we do and why we do these things. They're not cold. They're not cold. We're not just wrapping them in a blanket because they're cold. But I'm also just going to be mindful. Sometimes we'll come through and we'll shake hands. I'm going to be mindful of our elder. I'm going to be mindful of our elder. And I'm going to ask you just to stay back. We're still got this thing going on. We still got this thing going on. And I just want to be careful. I just want to be careful. But I really, on behalf of my family, on behalf of my community, I want to raise my hands once again for you being here today and sitting with us, sharing with us, enjoying, crying with us, celebrating with us, just being with us. Fight stuff.
Go get in there. I gave it to you for a reason.
Once we're concluded with this part of the work, we're going to make our way over to the sign. We'll do the unveiling of the sign. Once we're done with the unveiling of the sign, you witnesses, you start getting your words together. That's where we're going to ask you to respond to what you saw here today. We didn't want to take up too much time. We thought it was going to be pouring rain. We're standing out here in the rain. That's okay. We'd still be here. But so just in preparation for our